Hey everyone, welcome into the broadcast Earl Hall Studio live. Still making my banner for that. Look, it is an amazing thing that's going on right now all over internet, social media. Everybody is like super hype about AI. They're super hype about all of the things going on with stuff like Twitter. What's the other one? Threads, the battle back and forth between Twitter and Threads, the battle of what AI to actually use to actually get some of the things done that we actually want to get done, kind of in an automated way, right? But there's a lot of exciting things happening right now inside of social media. And one of the things that I want to talk about today is really what's happening with social media in the context of content creation. One of the biggest issues, and I'm actually making an entire course on this thing right now, but one of the parts of this in creating videos is thumbnails. Thumbnails has been this thing that I think has kind of gotten people kind of stuck on how to do this and what to do. Those of us that have been doing it for a very long time kind of get it about the importance of a thumbnail and the importance of that image that goes along with the video that you want to promote. Obviously, we talk about thumbnails in a lot in the context of how we use this with YouTube in particular, because that's where most of the conversation happens about thumbnails, is because of what comes from YouTube. So today what I want to talk about is how it is that we're actually using thumbnails and how we're creating those thumbnails. I think for the most part, and I could be wrong in this, but I think for the most part, what people are doing when they're talking about creating thumbnails is that we're creating them inside of Canva. Now, I know for myself that I have used Canva for almost a decade at this point to not only create my thumbnails, but to also create every kind of graphic that I can create, whether that's we're talking about something on Instagram, creating those little carousels, whether we're talking about Facebook, the infographics that we create, that I've created, even book covers. I mean, Canva is such a wide ranging tool to be able to use. It's one of the reasons that I'm an affiliate for Canva, and I'm going to have links in the description. And if this is helpful for you and you don't or aren't using Canva as of yet, but want to get the free version of Canva and maybe move up to a paid version, I've got an affiliate link that you can use, and it does help out the show. And it helps me to continue to create the content that I create because of the little change that I get from helping Canva out. So what I want to do, one of the things that I'm going to show you here, and I think you'll rather be interested in it, is basically Canva. And I'm going to show you from beginning to end how it is that I create a thumbnail with the ease that I create thumbnails in. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'm just looking for Canva here. Let's see which one. I've got like two here. Nope, there's one. Here it is, Canva Home. We'll go ahead and show that. Now, this is my home screen of my own Canva account, right? So you can see over the years, I have created a tremendous amount of different types of images using Canva. And it's one of those tools where if you don't know the ins and outs right away, it's actually okay. Because even with this, what we're going to be able to do is kind of show you how to just use Canva in the simplest way. And then I'm going to show you maybe an up level of how it is that I actually use Canva. So when we're talking about creating a thumbnail, you notice here on the home screen, it even has, things here, that templates that you can use to create different things. And one of the things is to create a YouTube thumbnail. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. And then what you're going to see, you're going to have a lot of templates over here on the left-hand side to be able to choose from. And the thing about a thumbnail is, in particular, if you're going to use it on YouTube, you want to have kind of a theme behind it. So you may start off with one thing, but as you grow in development of what it is that you're talking about, who it is that you're talking to, and how it is that audience is engaging with you and the style that they see, we can just go ahead and do that. So let's pick out a relatively simple one here, and I'm just going to click on this one. And so it brings over that entire thumbnail, and all of these images are editable. So you can see like where the squares pop up. Now let's just say I was creating a thumbnail. And so of course my name is not Olivia Wilson. My name is actually Earl. And I'm going to go down the line and I'm going to say Hall. That is my actual name. So now you can see that there, and it's behind the scenes on the image that's here. And then she has a little thing here where she can, where it has her name in kind of script or cursive writing. And I can just change that as well. And it will maintain that. Now, what about the image here? Now I have over on the left-hand side, I have a folder and it has my thumbnails in it, or images that I would want to use for a thumbnail. And you can upload any kind of image that you want with that. But let's just see if I can't find one that's kind of like hers. So I'm going to pick this one here. Now, with the paid version of Canva, obviously I don't want that background. But with the paid version of Canva, what I can do is while this is highlighted, I can hit edit photo, and I can use this background remover tool over here, and it'll remove that background from Canva. And so now you see it there. So what I can do, I'm going to kind of make it the general size of hers. There we go. I think that kind of fits. So I can move hers. I can move mine out of the way. I can delete hers, and then I can put my image right back in there in the same spot. And then I can call this anything that I want in regards to a title, like how to use Canva, right? So I can pop that in there. And there's all these little things you can do when you highlight on certain things. I can add some effects, like I can add a shadow onto here. I can change the color of the shadow to be black, and you can see it changing over here. And so that kind of fits my style with what it is that I want to do. Now, even with this background, I can change this background and just completely take it out by hitting the delete. And don't worry, if you mess up, all you have to do is go back and re-enter that in there. So let's say I want a different background. So Canva has backgrounds that you can actually use, and these may fit your style a little bit more. We've got some gradient backgrounds over here. So what I want to do, I'm just going to see what the different gradients are. So if I take this and I just highlight the background over here on the main canvas, and I hit delete, and let's just say I want to go for, let's just try this background. So that's like, what is that? A purple background. We can do kind of a grayish background. All these different backgrounds that are there, you can actually use, and there's different styles and colors that you can use for this. Even if I go back and hit on backgrounds again, we've got landscape backgrounds. You can even do things like, yeah, I'll just type in a word here. I'll just type in business, and it'll give me all these different business types of backgrounds. So I can delete this background once again, and I can come over here and I can look at maybe this one. So there we go. We got some pages back there. This is looking kind of cool, right? And so then we can also change the color of this bar that's coming across here if we want. If, what is that, kind of a, I don't know, a bluish gray going on back there. I can see if this bar may work. I can try this color, just go a little bit deeper in color right over here from what's on the canvas already. And we can put that in there. And we can also move the layers, like the position of how that is. I can move that forward and it'll move that layer forward for me. So that's in front of my image. Everything here is a layer, right? Even this layer that's back here, or excuse me, let me see, I love the back button. Or let's just move this and we can move the Earl Hall over to the side here. We can put me back in the middle and it gives you a little indicator arrow for where the middle is. Or if we want to move it a little over to the side, right? We can do that. If I want to make myself a little bit bigger, then we can do that as well. So that might be kind of something, with that. Since we're talking about how to use Canva, if we go over here to like elements, we can actually click on elements and say, I just want to type in the word Canva to get a logo. Well, I can select from all these different images from Canva to be able to use, so I can pop this image in there as well. So we can kind of put that. And if you do this appropriately and use this, I can go to the position and I can move it backward. I can keep moving that Canva backward so that it's back there like that. I can move it around or whatever, but let's just bring it back to the front. And what I also can do is make that image smaller. All of these images you can make smaller, even if I wanted to cover up the word Canva and use that logo in the place of it. So it says how to use, and it's got the Canva logo. And you can see how smart you can really get with all of this. There's some folders I have over here, and all of these are different logos that I use for clients and myself. We can grab the nice Earl Hall Studio logo. We can take out this additional Earl Hall because it's really not needed. It's already on there one time. And then I can use my logo to kind of put right there like that. And so you can kind of see the different ways that you can actually use Canva to enhance what it is that you're doing. Now, this is already set up as a YouTube thumbnail. So even as I go and I want to look at this and say that I did definitely want to use this, for me, I'm not going to use my name in there, but I may move some things around to make it more like what it is that I want to use it for. Now, even the words here in the space, you can see they're centered. You can come up here and you can change the alignment and just make it so that it's left aligned, right? And so then we can take this and we can move this here, and this might make a lot more sense. And I want to line that up with the actual words to make sure it's in the center, maybe make it a little bigger and continue. I want to look for that center line. There it is. It's centered right there on the words how to use. And I'm going to move this a little bit more because I think that's not really center. I think that's more like center on that. Now with this, what you can do, you can also, if I highlighted the image of Canva right there, and I wanted to combine the words and Canva into one and group it together, now both of them move together in unison. And so I can even make that a little bit larger. So you can see how this is coming together. Now this bar, I don't think I need this bar. So I can make this extremely big, and then I can go ahead and move my logo over here. Right? And you can see that's coming together even a little bit more. If I wanted to make this a little bit larger, let's say I didn't want those words grind and don't quit in my screen, I just make myself larger, and boom, there it is. And boom, we've got it right there. That's a very simple, very clean YouTube thumbnail. And when you look at it from that perspective, it's pretty amazing that you can customize this in a very particular way. Now, one thing that I will tell you, you remember when you saw me use the background remover? The background remover is only in the paid version. Now, one of the things that you're definitely going to want to take a look at, this is the pricing plans that come with Canva. So you've got the free Canva, and it shows you everything it is that you get. It gives you the Canva Pro. Canva Pro is actually what I use for everything that I do, because I do want the ability to have access to all the little different nuances that come along with creating graphics and being a graphic designer and using this to actually create what it is that I want to create with that. And if you guys have comments or questions based on any of the stuff that I've been laying out here for you, I definitely want you to go ahead, ask me those questions, whether you're watching the live version or whether you're watching the replay of this. Earl Hall Studio Live, it comes to you each and every Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we talk about these things in regards to what's happening in the world of content creation, the tools that I use, the most effective ways that I use these tools to be able to complete what I need to complete as a content creator to get out what I need to get out. Today, we talked about how to use Canva to create thumbnails, and there's so many more different ways to be able to utilize Canva, but this is just one of them. But I definitely want to thank you for taking out the time to be with me today, and just go out there and create something. There's a lot we can do as content creators and should be doing as content creators to speak to the audiences that we have, to the audiences that we're trying to build, because it is important to be able to do these things and do them in a very professional manner. So hopefully this will help you get to some of that on your own. And I'll see you on the next episode. Take care.